Hey everybody, Terry Bartlett here again, simpleswingthoughts.com, and welcome to week number 4 in our Swing in the Spring 2015 golf series. Now, in this lesson, we're going to talk about the backswing, okay? And what I'll do is next week in week 5, I'm going to review the first 4 weeks to make sure that everybody's on the same page before I get into the downswing, since the downswing is probably the most controversial part of the golf swing. So that's what I'll do. This week, the takeaway, next week, a review on everything that we've talked about, make sure we're all on the same page, get questions, answer some questions that I've gotten over the first 4 weeks. And then week number 6, we will start the downswing. So if any of you have golf buddies, golf partners who want to join this free 18-week lesson, next week would be a great week to start, since I'm going to review and then get into the downswing in week number 6, and then from there on out, we'll get into a lot of good stuff, a lot of comparisons online, what's going on with the golf swing and why we're not as consistent as we need to be. But anyway, let's get right into it. First of all, I'm going to review real quick the grip part real quick. I'm going to just bring in a slide here. Now, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, I base everything on the grip and the posture. Okay, leveraged, rotation grip, spine centered posture, and real quick, here's how you grip the club. You grip the club in the base of the fingers of your left hand, underneath the padding of your left thumb, and the club's going to run along again the base of the fingers, and the thumb is going to be about a 1 o'clock position on top of the club handle. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do for the right hand, I'm going to let this illustration here of Ben Hogan. You know, a lot of people talk about Ben Hogan's swing, but I'm going to let him, or let this artist, show you exactly how you grip it with the right hand. Now with the right hand, what you do is you grip the club, again, the base of the fingers underneath the club. So what you're going to do, you're going to grab underneath the club and handle the club in the base of your fingers. And when you close your hand, okay, when you close your hand here, the handle is going to also be under the padding of your right hand. So basically you're going to have the handle of the club under both paddings of your left thumb and your right thumb padding, so you can have maximum range of motion in your golf swing. Okay, so that's a brief overview. Again, next week I'll get a little more into detail for those of you who are just joining us for the first time. Now, again, the backswing is a very important part of the golf swing. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this swing, I'm going to swing this club, and I'm going to show you exactly where we are in our golf swing. Now, what you're going to see is you're going to see me take the club back on this line here. You're going to see my body rotate around my spine at the top of my backswing, and then you're going to see me swing the club right back on that plane. Okay, so let's just take a look. So as you can see, I'm at the top of my backswing. I took the club away. This is where we are right now in our lessons here. So I took the club away back here. Let me draw some lines real quick. What I did was I was on the ball. What happened was my club went this way, okay? My body, because it was spine centered, was going this way, okay? So what I had was, I had a lot of space in here that caused a lot of separation, okay? A lot of separation. There's what I call my separation box, and I'll show you that in a minute. So this is where we are. We're at the top of the backswing, and now we're going to proceed from here on learning exactly how to swing the golf club. Now, again, I'm going to bring in some steel shots here. Now, again, I'm going to bring in this one. This is going to illustrate what I just did. Okay. Again, on the takeaway is going to give you the width. The backswing is going to give you the width, what I call the width box. Okay. So the takeaway is going to be out here, and as your hands start to cock into the backswing, here's your width box. Okay, again, the spine centered setup, the 55-45, enables your body to swing around your spine this way, as your club goes this way and as it curls on up to the top. So think of it as a width box that happens naturally in your takeaway and your backswing. Now, let's continue. Let's get a down the line view of what's going on here. I'm going to show you this. I can just pull it up here. I'm going to bring this in here. Now, here's a down the line view of what I call the width box, okay? And what you see here is, again, The club is now proceeding away from the takeaway, going into the backswing. Your width box is formed by your club staying outside here, excuse me, of your hands, and then as your body swings around the spine. Okay? Now, let's keep going. Now, as you get to the top of your backswing, here's what's going to happen. Okay? The top of your backswing, again, with the leveraged rotation grip and the spine center posture, puts you in these positions automatically. Okay? So now, the same swing that the same clip that you just saw, the same picture you just saw, here's a continuation of it. As you can see, the left arm straight, right elbow is at a 90-degree angle to the ground, and here that club face is almost perfect, it being square at the top of your backswing. Okay, so what I want you to understand here is that, again, the grip and the posture puts you in these positions automatically. When I'm in this position here, I'm not thinking about all this. All this is just happening, again, naturally. Okay, I always want it's the 2-6 principle. I think if those of you who have been to the website lately, I've come up with a 2-6 principle so we can automatically understand exactly what that means. It means the 2 simple swing thoughts put you in all 6 major golf positions automatically. Okay, now what I'm going to do is give you 2 more slides here, very important, because what happens is, here's what it looks like at the top of your backswing when you swing around your spine. Okay, and what happens is the body, again, the body swings back, everything stays basically centered over the ball, but notice how you do get weight to your right side. Okay, you're not leaned over this way. That wouldn't be a good position if you were to lean over this way. What happens is weight is getting to your right side. It's just right here on this what we call the spine centered line there. Okay, now let's go to my last slide. Now this is what we don't want to do, and this is what the majority of golfers do around the country, and that is when you come off the ball, you slide back. Okay, when you slide back, you see how there's no center of gravity that's going to help you hit the ball with power. Okay, let me just bring in the other one and we can sort of compare here. So as you can see, both of these slides here, you notice the difference. Okay, the difference, oops, you notice the difference of a slide and being more spine centered. Okay, so that's basically what it is. Now I'm going to answer one question from one of the observers of this swing series, and it was a good question. And what he wanted to know was, what about the left wrist? And I'm going to address that right now. What I'll do next week is I'll address all the questions I'm getting from the network next week. That way it gives me some time to sort of rehash some things and to get you all up to speed before the downswing. Now, real quick, the left wrist. Now at address, the left wrist is cupped. Okay, forward shaft lean, left wrist is cupped. Now, I'm going to answer one more question. There was another question that says, Terry, does the shaft and the left arm form a straight line at address? Okay, and of course the answer, as you can see from here, is no. It doesn't form a straight line, because if you did, you'd have way too much shaft lean. The shaft lean happens naturally. And there's a slight degree difference between your left arm and your shaft, as you can tell by the cup of my left wrist. But that's okay, because what's going to happen is, as you continue on your takeaway, and let me bring this photo here. As you continue on your takeaway, what's going to happen is, once you pass parallel, okay, your left wrist is going to begin to cock naturally. Okay, again, I'm not thinking about this. And when I get to the top of the backswing right here, you can see the left wrist is in great position as far as it being straight up and down. There's a slight cup in it, because you don't want to be like a Dustin Johnson. Of course, if you can hit like Dustin Johnson, you can be Dustin Johnson. But the point is, for those of you who know tour players, Dustin Johnson's left wrist is completely bowed, and that's something that's kind of not really taught, because a lot of people can't do that. But here's the perfect position of your left wrist with a slight cup in it, with it have a straight backside right there. Now the difference is it's not as cupped as it is as a dress, but what happens is when you bring it up, you're going to get more of the straight linear line here at the top of your backswing. Okay, so I hope this helps. Um, Again, we'll review next week, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the rest of this swing, and this is what we're going to talk about in week number 6. Okay, what's going to happen, what you're going to see here, I'm going to drop my arm straight down, my head's going to stay behind the ball, and this is going to release naturally. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, so there you go. All right, guys. Again, review the first 3 weeks, actually the first 4 weeks now, including this one. Let's review next week. Let's get this all in our minds, because when we hit the downswing, this is where a lot of us are being confused online. Okay, so when we hit the downswing, let's be prepared next week. Again, comments, questions below this video. And for those of you who have been to the website, I have just announced the Pebble Beach Golf for 2 with the mysimpleswing.com or the mysimpleswing. Forget the .com, but just the mysimpleswing membership network from Simple Swings. Okay, so I'll get more into that. If you haven't been to the website, the link obviously is on this blog post. Go to the website, take a look around, pre-register for the getaway, pre-register for the My Simple Swing membership network that's going to just blow everything out of the water online. Everything's just getting better and better here. I'm getting better and talking to you, so I hope that works for you too. Okay, again, Terry Bradley, simpleswingthoughts.com. Tee him up, hit him straight. And I wonder who's going to get to Pebble Beach. We'll have to see. Okay, talk to you soon.